Various Malaysian University Tzu Ching leaders gathered at the Kuala Lumpur Jing Hall to learn Dharma teachings. Taiwan is trying to improve the organ donating system in order to meet the needs of waiting recipients. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Lori Chen. Thank you for joining us. In China, Tzu Chi's second aid distribution in Qinghai recently took place. There was a really touching story of a Dharma Master who brought Tzu Chi's distribution voucher and financial assistance envelope from 23 years ago. He said these two items are heirlooms his father had left him, and he will keep them for the rest of his life in order to always remember how grateful they are to Tzu Chi.
Dharma Master Genqiu Wenjiang has already received aid supplies. However, he came on the next day with his family heirlooms to thank the volunteers.
Before my father passed away, he cherished these and placed them in a box. My father told me to cherish them because you have given so much to help us Tibetans. I should express my gratitude to you.
The Dharma Master is holding Tzu Chi's distribution voucher from an aid distribution 23 years ago. The other heirloom is the envelope for the cash that was given.
He has kept the distribution voucher since his father passed away a few years ago. He wants to keep it for his entire life. He wants to keep the two items as souvenirs.
After becoming a Dharma Master, he has taken the heirlooms to the temple for 13 years. He did not imagine that in March of this year, he would meet volunteers from Tzu Chi who helped them years ago.
A consolation letter belonging to his father. His father gave it to him before he passed away 13 years ago. He wants to keep the distribution voucher. Therefore, he has kept Dharma Master Zheng Yan's consolation letter for 13 years already. He said that he will keep it forever.
At Tzu Chi's two-day distribution in Qinghai, besides the volunteers from Sichuan and Qinghai, government officials from Qingshui Township also helped out.
We mobilized more than 60 officials from the township, including those from the police station, Ministry of Sanitation, and schools. Our soldiers have also dedicated themselves to helping out. Nearly 200 people have dedicated themselves to distributing aid supplies.
This distribution can solve today's food shortage problem. We do not need to buy food up until June or July. Fried noodles, flour, or cooking oil. We do not need to buy anything. We have got enough supplies.
The local government has been deeply touched by the volunteers' assistance. They also proposed that the volunteers leave the Tzu Chi flag in the Tibetan plateau.
这个旗子移交给你们之后，你们会怎么来做呢？
我们给保存在村上，包括我们乡镇的，先村上去。
村上，
等我们下一次见面，我们再拿出来。
Tzu Chi volunteers reached out to the affected residents 23 years ago, and they will continue to help people in need in the aftermath of the snowstorm.
In a village in Western Jakarta, Indonesia, a fire had broke out, affecting a total of 155 households. Upon learning of the situation, local Tzu Chi volunteers immediately headed over to the scene to assess the damages. The volunteers started to distribute aid supplies and tents to all the affected residents.
The fire has devastated Kuala village. Upon learning of the news, Jakarta Tzu Chi volunteers rushed to the scene to provide care.
Selasa datang, Rabu datang, terakhir hari Kamis kita juga datang.
We've assessed the damages for 3 days. We've also prepared to distribute aid supplies and tents for 155 affected households.
One affected resident's Sonbiring's roof burned down. The tent given by Tzu Chi can provide shelter for him.
The fire was very fierce. Everyone rushed out without bringing any belongings. We can temporarily stay at our home. I happen to be in need of a tent.
Some other people have to be evacuated.
Our home has burned down. Some people are staying at shelters, while others went to rent houses. Everyone has been scattered. Tzu Chi's daily supplies are very practical. I am also grateful for the food we received.
Volunteers distributed nearly 500 sets of daily supplies and more than 100 tents. They also delivered their best wishes, hoping that affected residents can restore their normal life soon.
A 3-day, 2-night Tzu Ching leader training camp was recently held at the Kuala Lumpur Jing Hall. Various Malaysian University Tzu Ching leaders participated. The theme this year was remembering the humble beginnings and continue to spread the Tzu Chi Dharma lineage. In order to get up and close and personal, to look at the history of Tzu Chi, a visit to the Jing exhibition hall was also planned. 119 Tzu Ching leaders from various universities in Malaysia gathered at the Kuala Lumpur Jing Hall for the 3-day 2-night training camp.
The Buddhism mannerisms are usually only used during ceremonies or paying respect to the Buddha. However, the spirit behind it should be practiced in our daily lives.
The theme of this year's training camp is remembering the humble beginnings and continue to spread the Tzu Chi Dharma lineage.
Other than shouldering more responsibilities, we also have to cultivate ourselves internally. We must actively take in and practice Dharma Master Jing's Dharma teachings. The training camp this time is really focused on spreading the Dharma, also letting us have the chance to get a deeper understanding of sutras. I think this is a way to remind ourselves to be more diligent.
For people who do not abide by the precepts, they might feel a sense of freedom. However, for people who do abide by the precepts, they are at ease. This is talking about me, because I am someone that doesn't like to be restricted by things. However, I found out that if there isn't some kind of structure in life, I wouldn't be so contented.
Dharma Master Zhen has shown us this path in order for all of us to actively participate. It's the mission to purify the hearts of humanity.
For the Tzu Chings, it's quite difficult to grasp the entire history of Tzu Chi due to their young age. However, through the Jing exhibition hall, they can get a better understanding of the earlier struggles that the more senior volunteers went through. The predecessors worked hard to clear the direction, then the descendants carefully paved the way. To continue, it needs the force of the youth.
We all know that the Jing's abode is self-sustaining, right? This has also become a good source of economy. On top of that, even better is that it can be shared with everyone.
Us university students not only need to focus our attention toward our courses, but at the same time we also need to care about everything and everyone that is around us.
I hope for myself that I can always keep my original intent and volume mind. This way I can keep on cultivating diligently all the Bodhisattva path.
Seize every second to learn the Dharma, keep on spreading the Tzu Chi spirit. It's with great hope that all the Tzu Ching leaders can shoulder more responsibilities within all of the Tzu Chi missions in order to save humanity. At the training camp, the Kuala Lumpur Selangor Tzu Ching alumni seized the opportunity to promote the Sutra of Infinite Meanings through an adaptation performance. They hope through the performance, the Tzu Chings can get a better understanding of the origins of the Tzu Chi Dharma lineage. In addition, absorb the Dharma teachings into one's heart and put it into one's everyday actions. The Kuala Lumpur Selangor Tzu Ching training camp promoted the Sutra of Infinite Meanings through an adaptation performance.
Use that loyal and respectfulness from each one of your hearts to sing it for the Buddha. Because the goal is to pass on the Dharma and Tzu Chi lineage. So for this part, we have put a lot of thought and effort into it. We didn't want this training camp to be just a one-time event for them. We would like for them to learn from this camp and keep on using what they've learned afterwards as well. Because for Tzu Chings, they really need a platform to be able to share their potentials.
The Sutra of Infinite Meanings is an integral part of the Tzu Chi Dharma lineage. Through an adaptation performance, it's a great way for the youth to get a deeper understanding of the meanings in the sutra. Using technology, the training camp team coordinators carefully plan and prepare tools to assist in the sign language rehearsals.
We want to let our team members to have a very clear idea of how the performance formation is going to be presented. Because when the formation has been turned into a moving visual, it's a lot easier for most people to understand. This is the first time that the Kuala Lumpur and Selangor Tzu Chings are performing the adaptation of the Sutra of Infinite Meanings. So being the first group to do it, I believe we have a greater responsibility to perfect the material and resources.
The Tzu Chi Foundation held its second youth public welfare event. It has selected 10 youth organizations to join the 2-day camp. During the event, all the youth participants got to know one another and shared each of their experiences.
After a tour of Bada recycling station, Xu Zhenjie, who's planning to promote recycling in farming villages, has new ideas.
makes me think about what motivates so many people to volunteer and dedicate themselves to recycling.
Yang Yuting, who wants to encourage youngsters to search for their life values, has also gained much from the interaction.
Many people are doing different things, including recycling and cleaning up ocean garbage. We have also got to know different places in Taipei and various organizations through the games. I think it is very interesting.
Tzu Chi is holding its second public youth welfare event. 10 selected youth organizations joined the camp over the course of 2 days. In the event, they go to different places and attend courses.
After getting to know each other, the young people can share their resources. Secondly, they can encourage each other and let other people know what they are going to do. They can share with one another.
Through the experience, the participating youth can get to know Tzu Chi better.
Tzu Chi is in fact an organization of love. Its emphasis is not on its resources, but its care. I think I have been deeply touched by this.
As the youth implement their creativity and realize their dreams, they're also creating positive energy in society.
Today we're starting a brand new series talking about the topic of organ donations. In 2002, Taiwan has set up the Organ Transplant Registration Center as a platform to connect both donors and recipients. However, there are still many patients on the waiting list. Let's take a look at our in-depth report.
这位小兄弟他是车祸走的。
This came from a boy who died in a car accident.
真的是我很感恩。
Who am I really thankful to? It's his parents who donated his organs.
同意他把这个器官给捐赠出来。
On his stomach, he has scars that resemble a Benz vehicle. On his abdomen, retired Air Force Major General Zhuang Zhongyi was given a new liver and chance at a new life. But for more than 6 years, he has to take organ anti-rejection drugs every day.
身体的免疫器官它会侦测到所有的含有蛋白质。
The body's immune system will detect those things that contain a protein that is different from our own. If it detects this, it will treat it like a foreign object and start to reject it. The immune system can use immune cells as killer cells. It will destroy those things that have been implanted into the body. So when you implant organs, you have to start to give anti-rejection medicine.
破坏掉，所以当你植入的第一时间，你可能就要开始给一些抗排斥的药物。
In the early years, he spent long term of service in the Army and his gallbladder was repeatedly inflamed. In addition, he did long duty supervising F-16 flights and in the evening would have to send out official documents. His liver could not stand the stress as he would have to retire and do some rehabilitation. This included liver transplant surgery.
遇到困难，当你遭遇到生理上的这种痛苦的时候。
When you encounter difficulties and when your body experiences pain, I think you should think positively. You should think that God wants me and this is a test that I have to bear.
Being able to control the plane but not controlling his life, Zhuang Zhongyi believes in Christ and deeply understands that this is God's kindness. He wants to seize the opportunity to tell others. After he recovered, he goes to the Organ Registration Center to work as a volunteer. He tells them how important it is to donate organs. He uses his own life as an example. When promoting this message, Zhuang Zhongyi learned that many people went to China for organ transplant surgery. The media also reported that actor Lin Saipei's wife and former Taichung County Magistrate Wang Zhongsun and actress Vivian Hsu's father all risked their life and spent a lot of money for liver transplants in China.
These patients who have received a new liver in China have confessed that the cost of this process costs us at least $150,000 US.
Many take the risk because in the early years, Taiwan's donation rate was only 6.6 out of 1 million. Many patients with organ failures could not wait for new organs. Therefore, the government established a Taiwan Organ Registry and Sharing Center. The center also promoted fairness and a transparent organ distribution platform.
由这一个中心呢，统筹全台湾的器官捐赠移植业务。
This center coordinates Taiwanese organ donation and transplant. The data of all the donors in Taiwan and the potential donor recipients are simultaneously organized. This has led to a dramatic reduction in the number of people needing to go abroad for organ transplants.
需要接受器官移植的这个数目呢，大大的减少。
配出来的配对它并不是以
The matching process does not give the highest priority in terms of waiting time, but the most critical cases.
当初你等待的时候的最急迫性。
Every country you go to for organ transplant must be self-funded. You can't go overseas to buy organs or use the death penalty to harvest organs. This is our goal, and we always insist that we need to work hard for this.
With the efforts of the government and NGOs since 2014, the number of domestic donations has climbed. Only in 2018 did the number decline, reaching 327 people, becoming the first negative growth in 7 years. However, the medical profession said that the situation is not as simple as a single number. They also note that between 1998 and 2000, the number of donors reduced by 20%.
最主要的理由是政府在推行了骑机车要戴安全帽。
The main reason is that after the government introduced a helmet law for scooters and motorcycles, this greatly reduced the number of patients who died of brain damage. Therefore, this impacted the number of organ donations in Taiwan.
这一个风气上面呢，雪上加霜。
According to data from the Organ Registration Center, there are currently 9,592 people in Taiwan waiting for organ transplant, of which 7,404 are waiting for kidneys, which is the most. Taiwan's organ donation is quite simple and widespread. One just needs to add a sticker to the health insurance card. Average number of people who join each year is 30,000, but each month an average of 50 to 60 withdraw. The reason for this is the family's objection. Organ donation needs communication, and one can't go it alone. There should be no regret at the end of life. Donor and recipients need more education to allow more people the chance to extend their life.
In Thailand, there's a Tzu Chi recipient, Kasikorn, who has risen above many of life's challenges. He was chosen as a New Shoot Scholarship recipient and then became a Tzu Chi recipient. For nearly 10 years, volunteers have provided love and financial assistance to the family. The young man is about to attend college and plans to continue to work part-time to relieve some of the family's financial burdens.
The wooden house is built with the wooden planks picked up from the streets. This is what Kasikorn's family of 6 calls home. His father works odd jobs while his mother sells vegetables. As a result, their incomes are very unstable.
กสิกรอยู่ที่บ้านทำอะไรทุกวัน
เลี้ยงน้องครับแล้วก็ทำงานบ้านปกติ
Life was really difficult back then. Fortunately, Tzu Chi had provided timely financial assistance, plus a little money that we made ourselves. That was how we could buy some food to eat.
Experiencing what it's like to be pregnant by wearing the make-believe bellies, Kasikorn got a deeper understanding of a mother's hardship. At the Tzu Chi New Shoot's tutorial class, Kasikorn and the other scholarship recipients also got to experience the hardships of being a street beggar. Although Kasikorn's family has been receiving Tzu Chi's financial assistance, Kasikorn still worked part-time in high school. This greatly reduced his family's financial burdens.
I applied what the Tzu Chi volunteers taught me into my working environment. This included various cleaning skills and ways to fold dish towels. I usually need to do these tasks anyways. I arranged my time wisely and would rush home after class before heading off to work. Then after work, I would go straight home to rest, getting ready for school the next day.
Tzu Chi has been helping Kasigong's family for nearly 10 years already. The volunteers have planted seeds of love in Kasigong's mind and heart. Now that he's going off to college, he hopes to realize his dreams and make his parents proud.
Cyclone Idai has caused extreme damages in 3 major African countries. Recently, a Kaohsiung online study group had a video conference with the Tzu Chi volunteers in Africa in order to learn more about the current situation and what the world can do to help out. Much compassion and givings were raised as a result.
Tzu Chi volunteer Huang Fuquan, who has gone to over 10 countries for relief work, tells the audience touching stories he saw in these countries and also appeals to everyone to send love to these African countries.
Because of the cyclone, over 1 million people in these 3 African countries have become homeless. We hope to wake up people's awareness to this issue.
Hello everyone in the online study group. We've never faced a huge catastrophe like this one. Your support can really help the people here free themselves from the suffering.
The study group connects with volunteers in Mozambique to appeal to everyone to turn their worry into action, and together they will help suffering people in Africa.
We hope to use technology to raise and inspire good thoughts.
What I saw broke my heart, and it happened that a study group appealed for our help. So I bought this to show my love, and on the other hand, I can use it too.
Study group collects love and donations from everyone and sends it to Africa to help suffering people rebuild their houses as early as possible.
The Thai Health Promotion Foundation held a second international workshop on volunteering for the Sustainable Development Goals by Sufficient Economy philosophy. They invited Tzu Chi volunteers to share about their many international disaster relief experiences.
Thailand Tzu Chi volunteers have provided disaster relief to Laos in the aftermath of floods. Tzu Chi has reached out to more than 90 countries.
Tzu Chi is an efficient charity organization that provides comfort to people. If disaster strikes, we hope Tzu Chi will reach out to the affected residents.
Tzu Chi has been invited to the second international workshop on volunteering for the Sustainable Development Goals to share its international disaster relief experience.
We hope that in the future we can work with everyone to help the people that are suffering. Let's encourage each other and protect the earth as well as help people in need.
For both the government and civil organizations, it is very helpful for people to volunteer and work together. I hope everyone will work together to help society.
As Tzu Chi provides disaster relief with its principles of directness and respect, people can learn much from the volunteers.
Kaohsiung Tzu Chi volunteers were invited to the Sanling DaAi village to promote an anti-drug campaign. They educated both the students and the elders on just how dangerous drugs can be. It's with great hope that the village can be completely drug-free. Thank you for watching, and please send all your prayers to Africa. See you next time.